Yay, both. Okay. All right. Well, we're still waiting for people to come in. It's just now 9:30. We only have 10 people here, so we're going to wait just a minute. And I'm going to put something up here for you guys. Oh my goodness. I have no idea what that is. It's an upside down person. All right. Okay. We're still waiting for people to arrive. We have 13 people. I'm actually going to go away from the screen for just a minute. I just got out of my other class like 2 minutes ago. So I'm taking a little break, like about 2 minutes, and I'll be back. So talk amongst yourselves on chat. Look at the calendar that I have up on this screen. Hopefully you saw that. And we'll start in a couple of minutes. All right. Hopefully more people will arrive. Roll real quick, or maybe not. Hang on. I left your roll sheet in the other room. So I'm gonna have to grab that. Ethan, I did not leave the class forever. I'm back. So I have a question for you guys while I'm taking roll. Is there anyone in this class? Yes, I can go for numbers. Is there anyone in this class who was intending for this assignment to be in a group, to work with a group? Just say so on the chat. And I'll give numbers in just a minute. Gabby, I'm going to take roll real quick. Okay. All right. Thank you for answering. I don't think anybody's working in a group in this class. I'm still taking roll. Be patient. Okay, well, we don't have everyone here, but I am going to go ahead and get started. I think it'll work out just fine if every one of you is an individual speaker. I only have 3 groups in my 11 o'clock class. So, and since you're recording it, it will make it a little bit easier to present it that way. Now, that means that some things on the calendar will change just a little bit. So let's look at the calendar. We're going to talk about reasoning today, and I'm going to give you some examples, and we're going to do breakout groups again. And then that's it. That's all we're going to cover. So today will be pretty short, relatively speaking, but I want you guys to look over in this column. Can you see my pointer? The column that says assignments due. You guys need to be sending out your surveys by midnight, basically tonight. And when you send those out, make sure you include me in that emailing list, and you can email them through Blackboard. And on the side, there's a place that says email. I added that. And so you can email all your classmates and me a copy of the survey. And then if there's not already, I thought I put it on there, but if there's not already, there will be a place for you to submit your survey. I think it's in the documentation portion, and we'll look at those assignments, those specific things in just a minute. So the planning worksheet, there is an assignment for that on Blackboard. So you submit it that way. So you can either scan your handwritten copy and submit it like that, or you can type up the answers to the questions and submit it that way. Now, I do know that people, if you're submitting it as a, oh gosh, is it a Google Doc file? I think I could not open a couple of those. So I emailed people back and said that you need to save it as like a Word doc or a PDF in order to submit that. Okay. So make sure you do that. So the next assignment due is tonight. The surveys need to be sent out by midnight tonight. And then they need to be completed and returned on Sunday at midnight. No, it's Sunday at 6 p.m. It's not midnight, it's 6 p.m. on Sunday. And the reason why I set that particular time is because you guys need to have time to look at your surveys, complete your survey chart, because that's due on Monday at 11:59 p.m. along with your planning worksheet. And it's really hard to complete that planning worksheet if you have not gotten your surveys back, because you need to answer the question, what is your audience's knowledge, interest, and attitude on the topic? So at this point, you don't know that. And so it would be hard for you to submit your planning worksheet. So get it all done, except that part, and you can finish that after you get the surveys back. And then you have basically 24 hours-ish, a little more than 24 hours to get your chart done so I can see who completed the surveys. And that's how people are going to get points, is by you submitting that chart. And there's a place to submit that, and I'll show you that in just a minute. And then, okay, I'm not going to recognize hands for just about one more minute, okay? And then I'll answer questions. All right, so that's the next thing that's due. And then next week, we're going to meet regular class time, and we're going to talk about your delivery, which is a little bit different when you are recording it and submitting it. And I want to talk to you about those details so you can get all the points that you want to get in that. I just watched some speeches that were done on Yuja. They did them live on Yuja, and it was very obvious who was reading from their computer and who had note cards, and they were presenting their speech as if they were in front of a live audience. Some people looked like they were just sitting at their desk reading off of their computer, and some people looked as if they were presenting. It was much more effective when they did it as if they were presenting. Okay, so we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about your documentation, how that needs to work, and then we're going to talk about how you need to download your speeches and submit those, so you can be thinking about that. And then on Thursday next week, I'm going to have you guys in student conferences. So I'm just going to break you up into groups of like 3 or 4, and you'll come in during that time. So from 9:30 to 9:45, I'm going to have 4 or 5 people. And we'll talk about that on Tuesday. And you can sign up for a time on Tuesday. And and so we're just going to do student conferences. So if I only have 3 or 4 people in the room, then we can all talk and you can ask questions for that 15 minutes, and then you're done. You don't have to stay the rest of the time. So if you want to come in at 9:30 and be done by 9:45, you sign up for that. If you'd rather wait and do the 10 o'clock slot, or 10:15 or 10:30, you can do that. So I'll have those available, and you'll be able to sign up for a time for that. And then, so April 16th is just student conferences. And then I'm going to have everyone check in on the 21st, because I may have some things that I think we need to cover. But the class will not, I won't be instructing for a very long time at all, but everyone needs to check in. And then I'm going to keep the class open. So if you want to talk or ask questions, you can. And then I may not be sitting at the computer the whole time, but if I hear the doorbell, I'll come down and or come into the room and answer questions that you guys might have. So it's kind of like office hours. And then we'll do the same thing on Thursday, because on Thursday, that's when you start submitting your speeches. That's in red. So if you have any questions, any concerns, then you can come in and talk to me before that starts. So now we're going to go to the second page. So the last day that you can submit is the 27th. You can do that till midnight. And then I have that we're doing group presentations on Tuesday, because I thought that we had some. So what we'll do is something else at that time. And so I'll figure that out and let you guys know. Because like I said, I thought we had some groups and we did not. And then we are going to have a final. It's not going to be terribly long, but I do want to do kind of a final. So I'm still working on what I want to do for that. And then you'll have a study guide for the final, and then some essays that are for extra credit, and those are due at that time. And if you look over to the side, it says that all peer evaluations on individual speeches are due by Thursday, April 30th, because you guys are actually going to go in and listen to everyone's speeches. So you're going to have to allow some time. I just say I'm going to watch 3 or 4 speeches a day and write comments. And what you're going to do is use the peer evaluation guide that will be posted in the Persuasion folder. It's not in there yet, I don't think. I have put it up there. And you're just going to follow that guide, but you're going to type up your comments. And you're going to send, like if I'm talking about Carl, if I just watched Carl's speech, I'll send just Carl's comments to Carl. And then the rest of them, you're going to just keep them all as one document. So you'll have Carl and Brenda and Ludi and Jade, all of you guys, all of the comments on all the speeches will be on one document. And there's going to be a place for you to submit that and as an assignment on Blackboard. So we're not dealing with all these papers, but you are responsible to get it to the person. Okay, and we'll go over that again. All right, so we have some questions. Andy has had her hand up the longest, so I'm going to go to her first. So, okay, Andy, what's your question?
I had a question about like the conferences.
Mm-hmm.
Are those going to be like what we did for the informative speech, like us one-on-one talking with you?
Well, yes and no. So you're going to be in a conference with 2 or 3 or 4 other people. And
Okay.
so you'll be able to ask questions, but you're going to submit actually those assignments on Blackboard. So you don't have to necessarily bring the assignments to the conference. It's just to make sure that you're on track, you're understanding, you're caught up. And I just thought it would be easier to do it that way as a conference, because you can just talk. It's like we're sitting in the room talking.
Okay.
Okay, and I don't have to make you a presenter. You will be a presenter when you come in. I'll make you a presenter during that 15-minute time.
Okay.
Okay, but everyone has to attend. You're going to get points for that. And so you want to make sure that you're planning to do that.
Okay.
All right? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, you are welcome. Okay. Sorry. Lori, I'm going to make you a presenter, and while I'm doing that, I'm also going to make Andy not a presenter. Okay, so Lori, go ahead.
Okay, so I have a couple of questions. One, did you receive my email with my survey? Because I sent that to you yesterday.
What time?
Afternoon, like 3 or 4.
To my knowledge, I have not received it, but that doesn't mean that's true, because I But I only recall receiving one survey yesterday, so I'm
Okay,
checking it right now.
I sent it using that email link on Blackboard, so.
Okay. All right. I'm going to check right now. So go ahead and answer
Okay.
or ask the other
My
question.
other question is, are we still doing that, the audience analysis sheet for the?
No, we're going to do that. We're going to do that a little bit differently.
Okay.
Because I don't want you guys to be redundant. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be redundant if we did the sheet. So we're gonna use it as guidelines, and so just hang on to that. Well, actually, I can probably talk about it today. This computer, I do not know what is going on with it. The school computer, the one I checked out, I checked out from Timothy and his colleagues over there. It is freezing up, and so I might not be able to check your email. I'll check it. I'll email you, Lori, if I don't have it.
Okay, and
your
then
survey.
lastly, where it says that the peer evaluations on individual speeches are due for April 30th, those are for persuasive only, correct?
Right.
So when are the ones for the informative due? I'm sorry if I missed that.
You know what? I did not put that on the schedule. So I will have to put that in one of the announcements that I submit to you guys later, because I realized that I did not put that on the calendar.
Okay,
So,
and then lastly, and I apologize, but lastly, for the conferences that Andy was just asking about, and you said that like you get points for attending, does that mean like every class period you just go and sit whether you have an appointment or not, or you get the points for like the day that you come and being there?
yes. So conferences are going to only be on one day. And so if you signed up for 9:30 to 9:45, that's when you show up, and that's when you get points for. Now, if you sign up for 9:30 and you come at 10 o'clock, I'm going to have to take points off because you're not keeping your appointment. Right. So you only have to enter the meeting during your assigned time. It says that on April 16th. And then on the following week, on the 21st, I want everyone to check in first thing. And then I'll release you.
But then I thought you had said something different, so I was just clarifying, because I did see that it said like only enter during the assigned time, and then I got confused. So
okay. All right. So
thank you.
Is that good? You are welcome.
Yeah.
Okay. So someone else had their hand raised. Okay, Brenda. So I'm gonna go ahead and make Brenda a presenter, and I'll change you over in just a minute. Lori. Okay. Oh, you took your hand down, so you're gone. No, you're not. Okay, go ahead, Brenda.
Okay, sorry if you heard the phone call. I'm at work. But are we still doing the storytelling speeches?
Yes, and I have not created that time frame yet. I think I'm going to do it in the afternoon on a Tuesday or Thursday. If hopefully that will work on the people that still need to present, and I can look at that and see.
I know I still need to present.
Okay, I'm looking to see how I'm telling a story. We have quite a few people. So if I did a 1 o'clock, let's see, I get done at 12:15. So say if I did a meeting from 1:30 to 2:30. My people that still need to tell stories are, no, not Lori. Who still needs to tell a story? I maybe haven't recorded. Me. Okay. Timothy. Okay, Lori, I thought you had done your story, but it was I was thinking of your speech. Okay. So if you are one of the ones that needs to tell a story, could you do a 1:30 to 2:30 slot, say next Tuesday or Thursday?
I should be able to do that. Whatever day works better for you.
Okay.
Also for the individual peer evaluations,
Right.
can I just like scan it like on this app called Genius Scan and it turns it into a PDF and send it to them like that?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
Now for me, for submitting it to me, it would be hard for you to do that. I think. I don't think you can scan.
No, you can
that.
scan as many as you want because I did it for my math class for an activity check and it was like 10 pages and it put them all in a row.
Yeah, I think for me, I would just at a separate, like later, because it's not due till the 30th.
Yeah.
You could type up the speeches that you watched that day and just keep a running document for that.
Okay.
Okay. So, okay, well, Izzy, could you wake up at 1:30? Maybe you could do that just on one day. So think about that. Okay. All right. If that's not going to work, then we'll have to figure something else out. Okay. Andy raised her hand, but Manira had hers up first. So I'm going to make her a presenter. And Brenda, if you're done, then I'm going to switch you back to attendee. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay. Manira.
Okay. Just a real quick question. We do not have to be like, we don't have to be here for the storytelling speeches, correct?
No, you can attend for extra credit. I'll give some extra credit for that, but if you don't need extra credit, you don't need to go. So it would just be the people who are telling this story. But if you want to log on to that meeting, then you could do that and get some extra credit points just for being in the audience.
All right.
Okay.
And then for the survey that we're supposed to turn in tonight, it's just a blank survey sent to you?
No, you need to send it out to your classmates.
Right. But including you?
Yeah, just put me on that email list so I know you got it out in time. And then you're going to submit another copy of it in your documentation. Just to verify. You're going to submit it 2 places.
All right.
Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to put that other schedule up so we can talk about that submission so you guys aren't confused any more than you already are, right? Okay. So any more questions? Manira, are you good?
I'm good. Thanks.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I need to take care of this. I need to find this. Oh gosh, what did I do with that? All right. Okay. So Manira, I need to get you off of here. Did someone else have their hand? Andy. You had another question. Okay. What's your other question?
Verification.
Okay.
So what Brenda was talking about the evaluations. So if we just make like a Word document and then have like each thing, do we just need the comments or do we need like the?
Yes, you still need the comments.
Or
So now I'm going to post my copy of the peer evaluation on Blackboard. So you can print that off and use that or just pull that up and look at it to use to make the comments. But you could just type up your 5 comments. Like you might want to use the peer evaluation to take notes during the speech so you know, okay, I'm going to comment on the introduction or whatever. And then it's not going to be like we did in class where you did it and you submitted it and you're done. You're
Yeah.
going to have to get it to the speaker, but then you're also going to have to create a document that you can turn into me for each of the speakers as one document.
So for that part, do we need to include like the 1 through 5, like the rankings?
No,
Just the
no,
comments?
just your comments. That's a very good question. Just
Okay,
your
that's what I was
comments.
wondering.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Brenda, did you still have a question? Okay, she has lowered her hand. Okay, so I'm going to call on Gabby. There you are. Okay. Then after Gabby, I'm going to gab for a minute. And then if you have other questions, you can ask those. Okay, Gabby, you there? Gabby, I have you as a presenter. Okay, Gabby, I called on you. Okay, now can you talk? Okay, I can't hear you, Gabby. Make sure your mic's on. Okay.
Hello?
Oh, there she is.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you tell people their numbers, because people are submitting surveys right now with like their student ID number, their date of birth, telling me
Okay.
IDK, and I'm like, well, you're not going to get points, and so
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that real quick. Now, did we have a problem with our number order in this class? 'Cause
no, not the
okay.
first one.
Okay, so it was straight off of the attendance sheet that we did. Okay, so Anna's number 1, Gabby, you're 2, Lori is 3, Kendra is 4, Carol is 5, Timothy is 6, Carl is 7, Dakota 8, Ludi 9, Sydney 10, Andrew 12, Whitley 13, Michaela 14, Rachel 16, Andy 17, Jasper 19, Munira 20, Laura 21, Izzy 22, Brenda 24, Cameron 25, Alexis 26, Jade 27, Ethan 28. Okay, does anyone need to hear their number again? We do not have 28 total. We have 1, 2, 3. Hang on. We have 23. Well, I don't know if Samantha's coming back, so we probably have 22. Because she has not been coming and I haven't seen her since we went to remote. Okay, so Gabby, any other questions?
No.
Okay, all right. Well, if you have one later, raise your hand. I'm going to take you off here. Okay, Brenda, you should be on. Okay, Brenda, are you on?
Yeah, okay. Just since I didn't know my number, I was just putting my name. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. That's all I was
Yeah, that's fine. So if you've already done some with your name, people, then that's okay. But
Yeah, because we had like problems. I had like 2 number 7s. Someone
Oh,
submitted
okay.
twice, or someone thought they were
Okay.
both 7. I don't know.
okay, so yeah, try to do your numbers, and if you can't remember your number, then just put your name, because you want to make sure that you get credit.
So now I know it, so I can just put my number.
Right.
Thank you.
But anyone, if someone's not here, and maybe I'll put that on the announcement, that you need to put number or name on survey, not student number. Because you guys don't know that. I don't even, I would have to look up your student number. Okay. All right. All right. So Brenda, you're good. All right. Okay. Oh, Anna was next. Okay, Anna.
Is this working?
Yeah, make sure your sound's on.
It is. Is this
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, good. So I checked Blackboard and there actually isn't a spot to put the planning worksheet right
Oh,
now.
okay. Let's see.
Will that, be there in the next couple days so we can post it?
Yeah. Well, yes. Copy of your survey. Do I not have it on here? Yes. The planning worksheet. It's due April 13th at 6 p.m. And I told you guys that you really can't complete that until you have your surveys back.
Yes.
So yes, it will be created.
Okay.
And it will be available for you guys to do that. I'll probably work on that this afternoon.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you are welcome. Okay, I'm writing this down, so I'm not taking your mic off yet, Anna. So don't, say anything that could incriminate you. Okay, Lori has her hand raised. So I'm going to go ahead and put Lori's speaker on, and then I'll take yours off, Anna. Okay, Lori.
Okay, if we already sent out our surveys without the number, do we have to resend them, or can we just keep track of how many responses there are? Like, I currently have 16, so I think there's about 7 that haven't done it.
Okay, so you mean you didn't ask them to put their number on it?
Correct.
Okay. So
I know like some people have resent them with the numbers, but I really don't want to have to keep track of like 2 different.
Okay, so you received them, did you send them through email?
Yes.
So you can probably see their student number, correct?
No, I mean, it's a form. It's like a office online form. And so
But
it
did
doesn't
you-
give me, it just calls them respondents. It doesn't give me any of their information.
Okay, so you didn't send it through the MCC email?
I sent it through the MCC email, but it doesn't give me an email back when they respond. It just, when I go in and log in,
I
it tells
see
me
what
how
you're
many
saying.
responses there are.
Okay, so maybe what you need to do is send an email that says, could you please respond with your name if you filled out this survey, and tell them what your survey was.
Okay.
And then you can just go through and go, okay, check, 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 check. And they can give you their name and or number to make your chart. Number is better because then it's easier for me to record those points, but either one would work.
Okay, well, because I mean, like I said, it tells me the total number of responses, which is 16. So there's about 7 people that have not done it. And
Okay,
so regardless
so
of number, I won't know who has and who hasn't
Right,
anyway.
and
So
I
that's
can't
why I
give-
was curious.
right, and I can't give credit for that for them filling out your survey without a number or a name for them to create
Okay.
the chart. So it doesn't matter either way. I mean, you're not going to lose points for that. They're not really going to lose points for it because I'm going to just take the charts that I have and then figure out the number. I may just take your survey out of that configuration, which won't hurt you or the others in class. Okay.
Oh,
All
okay,
right. Ethan says just create a new survey with a spot for the numbers.
Right. That's great when you don't have children and a whole bunch of other stuff going on and time unlimited. So
Okay.
That's-
All right. Okay. I'm trying to get your speaker off, Lori. Okay, you're gone. Anybody else? Oh, okay. So Gabby, is that a new hand? Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Can you post the logos, ethos, pathos, mythos worksheet thing?
Yeah, is it not on here? Did I not put that up there yet?
I
You
didn't
guys,
see
I
it.
did not leave my computer after class on Monday or Tuesday, getting all this stuff ready for you guys. So that will go on there. I'll be going back this afternoon and putting on the things that are not up
Okay.
there yet.
And
Okay?
then also just like for Lori, I know like you're busy and stuff, but if you did a Google form, which I think I remember yours and it was, you can just hit in the top right corner, there's like 3 dots and hit make a copy. And then it will make a copy of all the like questions already, and all you have to do is add the extra question at the top that says class number. So like, yeah, it's resending it, but it shouldn't take too terribly long if that's helpful.
Okay, good. Thank you, Gabby. That's good information to know. Okay, so anything else?
No?
All right. All right. So, Manira, I made you a presenter because you had your hand raised. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And then Izzy, I see your hand raised. I'm going to go ahead and click on you to be a presenter, but we're going to listen to Manira first, and then you'll be next. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm slightly confused.
Okay.
Hello.
So if people
Okay, no, sorry. They chose someone
Okay.
else.
Okay, Izzy, yeah, just hang on just a minute. I'm going to let Manira talk, and then we'll go right to you.
Sorry, someone from the school called me. I'll mute myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, mute yourself. Okay.
So if like I sent out surveys yesterday and then I resent them out with you included today.
Okay.
And then in the responses there were people who like put in their class number, like their student IDs and then like 2 number 7s and blah blah blah, right?
Right.
So do you want me to resend them out again and ask for their correct numbers, or like do I just go
Okay.
with their numbers?
All right. Let me ask you this. How many people have responded?
12.
Okay. All right. And of those 12, you received a variety of identifications on it?
No, there was one person who put their student ID, and then there were 2 number 7s.
Okay. All right. And number 7 is supposed to be Carl. Do you guys want me to post your numbers on Blackboard? Or yes, please, Laura says. Okay. All right. So I will do that. I have an 11 o'clock class, so I can't post until after that's done. Okay.
Okay.
But
All right, that's not a problem. I just like see another email from me. That's why I'm just gonna resend it out again.
okay. All right. So I'm going to post numbers for class ASAP.
All right.
Okay. All right. I think we got that figured out. All right. So I'm going to go to Izzy and Manira. I'm going to make you an attendee again.
Wait, I didn't get to speak.
Okay. You're on. I haven't taken you off. Okay. Izzy, you're on.
Okay, I was just gonna ask, is it okay if we can send an email just asking who did fill out the form? Because I understand that it only takes a few seconds to add the question to the form and then send it out, but it's already a huge burden to have to re-answer all of the questions of every single like thing that people didn't do it on, like including myself. Like I don't want to make everyone re-answer that because also I
Right.
think the answers will
And
be
you know
different.
what, Izzy? That's a good point because it doesn't matter whose survey the number goes with. What matters is that we have the numbers of the people who have completed the survey so they can get credit. You don't necessarily have to put number one on a certain survey. You just need to know that one has completed it. Does that make
Right.
sense? So you could just send out another email with a quick question. Please, if you are one of the 12 people that has already completed the survey, please send me your number so I can put it on my chart.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
So everybody's hearing that. Okay. Oh, it was Dakota. I thought he was number 7. Dakota, do you know what number you are now? Dakota's number 8. Okay. All right. Izzy, does that help?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So do you have any more questions?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. All right. Well, raise your hand if you do. I'm going to take you off. All right. So I have several people that have raised their hands. Lori, is that hand raised again? Okay. All right. So I'm going to click on you. And then Manira, do you have another question? Is that a new hand raise? Yes. Okay. All right. So go ahead, Lori.
Sorry, my dog's playing with a pig animal toy. So it sounds like I have a pig in my house. I do not.
Okay. My sister's calling me. Okay. I had to
Can you post just like a list with everybody's names and numbers so that when we don't, like if we don't have everybody answer, we can email them specifically?
Yeah. And I put that, I already wrote myself a note. I'm going to do that
Okay.
after my 11 o'clock class.
I didn't hear that. I apologize.
Oh, okay. Your dog must have been being loud.
Yeah, as you can hear.
What is that?
It's a Dessa. Come.
Is it a pig toy or a real pig?
Oh my god, I would not let her chew on a pig. It's a toy.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
So.
That noise is real. Okay, I got to get me one of those. Okay, all right. Are we good?
Yep.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to keep you on for just a moment while I get Manira up and let her start speaking. Okay, Manira, what's up?
Okay. So now that we know that the other person is Dakota, it's Carl and Dakota.
Right.
How important are their responses? Like
It's not.
So then none of us have to like resend because we have double numbers or whatever. We can just be like, one of these number 7s is Dakota and one of these is Carl.
Yes, that is fine.
Dope. Cool.
Right.
Okay.
So like I said, and I can't remember who asked the question, what's important is that you know that you got responses from everyone and that those people that responded get credit for that.
Okay.
You know, so if I assign 5 points per survey that you fill out and you fill out 20 surveys, how many points is that? 100. So you want to make sure that your number is on there.
Okay.
So you get credit for that.
All right.
All
Hold
right.
on 1 second. Okay. I don't mind the due date times. I'm just simply like, I just want to know why. Like 6 p.m. on April 13th.
Okay. Oh, I thought I
1
explained that.
p.m.
Okay. So I said 6 p.m. because I want you guys to get those surveys in so people can start going through their surveys
Mhm.
and looking at the information so they can finish their planning worksheet, which is due at midnight the next day. So that gives you time to read through your surveys and look at the information that you've gathered from your classmates so you can make your speech audience centered.
Hold on. The planning worksheet's the one that's due at 6 p.m.
No.
That's what it says on this thing that you blew up for everyone to see on this
Okay.
document.
Okay.
For like where it says submit the following assignments separately on Blackboard.
Okay. I'm trying to get there. Okay. It's telling. Okay. Where did it go? Written assignments. There it is. Okay. No, I want the calendar. I don't have the due dates on here, do I?
No, you do. On the go down to the bottom, and then it says
Oh, okay. I see.
persuasive planning worksheet, April 13th, 6 p.m.
That should be switched.
Okay.
So, those actually should both be 11:59. So I have not posted that on Blackboard. So I will make that time 11:59.
Okay.
Okay, and you guys, if you printed off a hard copy, then change it, but I'll change it on, this document, but I'll also change, for the assignment that's posted, it will be 11:59 submission time. Okay, and all of these things, if I did not, I am not going to make it that you can't turn it in after 11:59. It'll just be marked as late. And then I'll decide whether or not I want to take points off. You know, it depends on how late it is. Okay.
Okay. Wait. Since you said that, what is unacceptable late and what is acceptable late?
Well, like, you know, at early the next morning, I probably would be okay with that. But you need to keep up. Like, like if you turn it in the day of your speech, then
Right.
really the purpose of doing it has passed,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
So I want to see that you're planning and keeping up.
Okay. All right.
Right.
That's all I had.
Okay. Okay. There was something else I saw that I wanted to change or talk to you guys about that. Oh, somebody said the choosing a topic, and I thought I created that as an assignment. Yeah, here it is. It's due tomorrow night at midnight. Okay, and it's an assignment, and they should be submitted together as one document. So you'd have to cut and paste one onto the other. And, but they're not due till midnight. And the choosing a topic part 1 is extra credit. Because you already did one kind of like that, but you would do it just for your persuasive topic. And then, but part 2 is worth 30 points or 36 points. So you want to make sure you do that. Okay. And then the other thing that I added. Can you guys see my pointer? No. Okay. So look in the middle of the page. Let me see. I don't want to draw. Wait. I don't know. I'm afraid to push on some of these buttons. Okay. Because weird things happen. Okay. Cheryl Parker. Oh my gosh. My sister-in-law and my sister, both of them called me in the last 5 minutes. Okay. All right. So let me see. You guys see that? Okay. Do you see that? Yes. Okay. It says journal work log. And I put this on the announcement that I have decided, since we are remote and I'm not able to see you every day and answer questions, and I'm not making you check in and stay in class the next couple of weeks full time. You know, we may go almost full time today. Then I decided that you need to keep the journal. That was an assignment that was extra credit, the first speech, but you're not having to do a PowerPoint, and we're doing things a little bit differently, and you're not having to put together a notebook. So I want you to keep a journal of when you work, how long you work, what you got done, that sort of thing. And I believe I put that in the persuasive folder, so you can go back in and you can look at those directions and the format and get that done. So you should go back and keep track of what you've already done, and then keep track of your work from now forward. Okay. So that's a new thing. And then the logos right here, that assignment, I wish I could highlight, that would be a lot better. The logos, ethos, pathos, mythos worksheet, that is, I'm going to post that, so you'll be able to do that. And we talked about that before. So let's see. Andy, do you still have your hand raised? And Brenda, can you guys, okay, I'm going to go ahead and put you guys on as presenters real quick, and let's get these questions answered. And then we need to talk about reasoning, logic and reasoning, and kind of finish things up if we can. So ladies, whoever talks first. Andy, why don't you go ahead and go?
Just real quick, so on Blackboard, you have 2 separate like submission things for choosing a topic, part 1 and 2.
Right, because, okay.
But then you said you want them together. So then
Right, okay, so I lied. I don't have it pulled up because my other computer, the school's computer, is whacking out on me. So I forgot that I made those 2 separate submissions. And so, yes, you submit part 1, it's extra credit, it's listed as 0 points. If you decide not to do that for extra credit, it's not going to hurt at all. And then part 2 goes in a separate submission.
Okay, and then did you get my email? I emailed like right before class. It was like I turned in part 2, but I didn't mean to because I wasn't finished. So could you
okay.
Unsubmit that?
I'll see if I can go in and do that. I'll see if I can do that. And if not, Andy, if we can't do it that way, you'll just have to email it to me.
Okay, because I forgot to answer a few questions and I thought I was done, but I wasn't. So.
Okay, yeah, just do that. Okay, so I'll check on that for you. And I'm writing myself a note right now. Okay.
Okay, you answered my question. The same question I had was the same with her.
Oh, okay, okay. So I'm gonna check on Andy's. Oh, there's the phone. I'm gonna
Yeah,
turn Brenda off.
go.
Yeah.
Two strings out of repair. This is Brenda.
Okay. All right. So let's look at the reasoning examples. This is from chapter 15. And so I'm going to talk without answering questions for just a few minutes. And what I wanted to share with you, and this is from chapter 15 in your textbook, is the types of reasoning that we use. And these are kinds of reasoning that we use in arguments every day. We're just putting a name to them, but I want you to think very specifically about what kind of reasoning you are using in your persuasive speech as an argument for convincing the audience of something. So there are 4 kinds. The first one is deductive reasoning, and that one is using a general principle to conclude that a more specific claim is true. So that's A here. According to a study by the American Medical Association, men with bald spots have 3 times the risk of heart attack as men with a full head of hair. Strange as it may seem, it looks as if baldness is the cause of heart attacks. Okay, is a cause. Okay, so Carl goes, what? All right, so that is a deductive reasoning that is not, we can't necessarily come to that conclusion. So that's not a good example of sound reasoning, because a lot of times men that have bald spots are older, and so maybe it's because they're older, and men at over age 50 have a tendency to lose their hair, and that's also an age where they might also have heart attacks. So that's not a good example of deductive reasoning, but you can use deductive reasoning where you, for example, you could say, oh, that's not the one I wanted to say. Okay, I'm going to come back to that one. So inductive reasoning is the one that we use a lot more. It's where you use examples to support a claim. So look at this one. Contrary to what, this is B, what the chemical industry argues, limiting pesticide use does not threaten the food supply. And then the examples to support that are Sweden has cut back on pesticides by 50% over the last few years with almost no decrease in harvest. The Campbell Soup Company uses no pesticides on all tomatoes grown in Mexico, and they reap as much fruit as ever. Many California farmers who practice pesticide-free agriculture have also, or have actually experienced increases. So what I'm arguing is that we shouldn't use as many pesticides. And these are 3 examples that would prove that it's not going to affect our production. So that's a sound bit of reasoning. We're going to talk more about this on Tuesday because I answered a lot of questions, and I want to give you some more examples to make sure you're on track with that. And we're also going to talk about logical fallacies on Tuesday. That was something that's something you don't want to do, and there's some kind of fun exercises that we can do along with that if we have time. Okay, so the third type is causal reasoning, where you link 2 events to one another and you claim that one event causes another. And then the example for that is C. The United States Constitution guarantees all citizens the right to bear arms. Gun control legislation infringes on the right of citizens to bear arms. Therefore, gun control legislation is contrary to the situation. Okay. All right. And then The fourth type is analogical reasoning, where you compare two things that are similar. And in D, it's talking about year-round education and saying that it works in other countries, so it should work in ours. So those are the types of reasoning that you want to incorporate into your argument to make it appeal to the audience's logos, their logic and reasoning. So you need to consider that when you're making your argument, that one of these methods is going to more likely persuade your audience than not using sound reasoning. Okay, so we'll talk about that more on Tuesday. That gives you something to think about. And what you need to do is work on your surveys, work on your planning worksheet, and we'll talk about this more on Tuesday. So I think I'm done, and be looking for a Blackboard announcement, and I'll catch you up with everything. And if you have any questions that you want to ask me, just stay, and the rest of you are dismissed. Okay, so you can raise your hand and I'll call on you or whatever. Okay, but if your hand's raised, there's Lori and Brenda, so I'll make you guys presenters. And anybody else that has a question can stay and you can talk.
I got a puppy.
Okay.
Will you post this on Blackboard?
Post what? Your puppy?
The document, the reasoning document?
Yeah. I think I may have already put it in the present or the persuasive folder, but and I'll check. And if I haven't, I'll put it in there.
Okay. I was
Okay.
looking really quick. Yeah, I don't see it in there.
Okay. All right. Well, I will put it in there for you.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. All right. Have a good day. Okay. Brenda, are you still there?
Yeah, when I did my informative speech, that's why I was late. I was like recording it and lost track of time. But like,
Okay.
it turned out to be like 6 minutes and 50 seconds. And I think it's because like at like the end, I started like I lost my voice. I don't know why.
Oh.
And it took me like a couple minutes to get it back up, and I think that's why it happened. Should I just like redo it?
Will it let you go in and record it again?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it will. So if you've already,
It logged me out. It probably didn't even save. Because you know, if you haven't been on, it logged you out a certain time.
yeah, when you submit it, it takes a while for it to process.
Okay.
And so,
I think I'll just redo it. See if I
yeah,
get a
yeah,
better
redo it if you can, and let me know, because
Okay.
I'm going to start looking at those. And actually, I need to assign students in class to do peer evaluations on you guys, but I haven't done it yet because I wanted to check.
I also couldn't find how to like do my presentation and talk at the same time. So I put up my presentation on my computer and I read from my note cards.
Right, that's what I would prefer you do anyway.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'd rather you not read
And
from
then
your computer.
I was doing Andrew's speech. I was listening to it before class.
Oh, good.
And, yeah, I just started the informative peer evaluations.
Oh, okay, good. Well, then I haven't made a place to submit those yet, so hang on to it.
Okay,
And then
so you
I'll
just want
post
the
that.
comments for you, but you want us to send an actual like PDF to the person, right?
Right, you want to send the comments to them too, so they get your feedback.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, you're
Have a good
welcome.
day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.